Oh, so now we have the entire gaming industry bending the knee, virtue signaling, when in reality, they don't care about anything they say they support. What they actually care about is the money. You know, we're on to you, gaming industry. We're on to you, big brand companies. Don't think we don't know what you're doing here. We know what you really want, and that's money. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, if you've been on Twitter the past few days, you'll be seeing a bunch of brands, a bunch of companies coming out and virtue signaling all over social media. You got Sony, you got Microsoft, and you even have smaller companies as well coming out. And here's the thing about this. While they're saying all these things, while they're saying they support Black Lives Matter, or when they say they support the LGBT community, here's the thing. They don't support any of the stuff they say they do. All they really want is your money. They say these things to get your money. That's all they care about. They don't really support any of the things they say they do. It's all one big marketing ploy on their part to be able to get money from the people. That's what they do. They say the things people would want to hear, right? And they just do it to, market and then get your money. That's what it is. We expect the virtue signaling from companies like Funimation, for example. No one's surprised there. No one's surprised in the slightest. You also had Crunchyroll, who deleted their own post after the backlash. And then, of course, you also have Rooster Teeth, which, they're collapsing as it is. They're destroying themselves. And with the recent stuff that's come out about them, which myself and many other people have talked about, well, yeah, Rooster Teeth, they're even worse, And here's the thing, here's my question. During the times that, I don't know, like, for example, Hong Kong needed help, where were these companies at that time? Here's a tweet right here that was pretty interesting. Remember Hong Kong and Blizzard banning anybody showing support for them? This is absolute horseshit. Activision Blizzard doesn't give a single F about oppressed people. Stop buying Activision games. And if you recall, Blizzard, they didn't do anything during the time. In fact, not only did they not do anything during the time to try to help with Hong Kong and their issues and try to say, oh, well, free Hong Kong. Instead of trying to show support for them, what did they do? They actually banned a player and 2 announcers. This is their statement, and then we're going to get into what they did. Today and always, we support all those who stand against ism and inequality. There is no place in it for our society or any society. Black Lives Matter. Now, it's funny you say that, Blizzard and Activision, because what about Hong Kong? When free Hong Kong was going around, you didn't support that. You stood by China instead, and anybody that expressed anything when it came to Hong Kong, you were against it. In fact, they banned Blitzchung over that. It was absolutely ridiculous because Blitzchung was showing support for Hong Kong, and then, of course, what do? They banned Blitzchung as well as 2 announcers because of their support over freeing Hong Kong. Anything that was against China, oh man, they were all against it. So getting into this article here, on October 7th, 2019, Blizzard managed to completely eliminate any goodwill it had accumulated in the gaming community by banning Blitzchung from competitive play and stripping him of his Grandmaster status after he discussed the Hong Kong protest on a Blizzard-sponsored stream. According to Blizzard, the player violated a rule prohibiting any action that brings you into public disrepute, offends a portion or group of the people, or otherwise damages Blizzard's image. The company not only banned Blitzchung from competition for a year, but withheld his prize money and even fired the 2 casters conducting the interview. So, where are these companies when Hong Kong needed them, right? Why didn't they try to come in here and try to say, hey, free Hong Kong? If you really supported what you say you did, companies, then you would have supported Hong Kong in their time of need, but apparently that didn't matter because it's against China. And here's the funny thing. They tried to tell Blitzchung, right? They tried to tell him that, oh no, you need to stop saying these things. It's about the game. It's not about the politics. Get that stuff out of here, right? And then, of course, you go to the present time. What's happening right now exactly? All right, they're virtue signaling like every other company for this whenever none of these companies, not a single one, said anything in support for Hong Kong or to help out Hong Kong. Not a single one of them. But if anybody said anything against China, oh, well, they were all against it. You know, that's the thing. These companies, they only care about the money. They don't care about human rights like they say they do. That's not what's important to them. That's never important to them. Not at all. They just care about the money. It shows their hypocrisy. Now, Raging Golden Eagle, I got to make a shout out to him. He showed this tweet here about Square Enix. This is what he stated. Need another reason to not get the Final Fantasy VII butchering? Guess where your money would go? And then, of course, there's Square Enix, as well as their statement, too. Now, here's the thing. I have another question in regards to something like this. Back whenever there were still battles for gay marriage and legalizing gay rights, you know what I mean? Like, where were these companies then? If they really supported it back in that time, whenever there was still a battle going on for that, why weren't they showing their support at that time? You know what I mean? If they really cared about it, then why didn't they try to support it then and battle for it then as well, if they really cared about it? That's the thing. And now they virtue signal so hard, and all these companies are so hypocritical because it's all about the money. It's not about human rights. It's not about anything they say that they're actually battling for. It's just about what will get them more money, and that's why they keep saying the things that they keep saying. This is why they virtue signal. This is why they never supported Hong Kong, because they wanted their money that they get from China, because they get a good amount of money from China, and they didn't want to lose that. That's exactly why they didn't stand up for Hong Kong, because they were getting a good portion of money from China, and they didn't want that money to cease. That's exactly what was going on here. And, here's another interesting fact with Bethesda, because Bethesda even got caught on this. People noticed this on Twitter, and this is what they were saying. Hey, Bethesda, why aren't you supporting LGBT people in the Middle East? And then you look at it, Bethesda, has it. Bethesda ANZ has it. I think that's Australia, New Zealand. Bethesda France has it. Bethesda Brazil has the flag. But then, of course, you notice the one in the Middle East. They didn't change that. So if they supported the gay rights, even though Middle East, they are not in support of that, well, then why didn't Bethesda switch it in the Middle East? Oh, that's right, because they didn't want to jeopardize losing that money. That's exactly why. Because they didn't want to lose the money they get in the Middle East, and that's why they didn't change it, because they don't really support gay rights like they say they do. This is what I mean. These companies don't support anything they say they do. And this is proof enough right here. They don't support this stuff. They just virtue signal it on social media, make it sound like they care about these things, when in reality, they don't. Another person said right here, I guess profits matter more in the Middle East than people's rights. Right, Bethesda? Oh, oh, yikes. Another person came in here and said, also, is your Middle East branch phobic or something? You honestly believed we would not notice this? As a bisexual man, I am deeply offended, as this person states. That's the thing. If you supported it, then you would have changed that flag. But apparently, you don't. And that's the big thing you have to look at here with all these companies. They virtue signal this stuff. They're nothing but hypocrites. They just want your money. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about anything else at all. And this is why this meme right here is so good. We at Brand are committed to fighting injustice by posting images to Twitter that express our commitment to fighting injustice. To that end, we offer the solemn white-on-black JPEG that expresses vague solidarity with the black community, but will quietly allay the specifics of what is wrong, what needs to change, or in what ways we will do anything about it. This is doubly true if Brand is particularly guilty of exacerbating these issues. We hope this action encourages you to view Brand positively without, expecting anything from us. Brand, the ones. That's so true, because that's basically what these companies are doing. And so what do? They're so spineless, they jump on whatever side is winning. And then they're just like, oh yeah, but we're all for this side. When in reality, they're not really for it. They don't support it. They just think that that's where the money's going to be. That's where the most money's going to come from. So that's why they jump on that train. Because it's going to make them the money, they think. And, this is why we, as the fans, this is why you can't trust these big companies. This is exactly why, instead of supporting them, this is why we ourselves need to build a new industry. It's like comics. When you look at comics, the industry itself has been collapsing for years. The industry of comics has been terrible, and that's why, fans as well as some comic pros have started to create a brand new industry, a better one. This is why us as the fans, we need to build a brand new gaming industry as well, because we can't rely on these companies, because they're just going to lie to you and they're just going to try to find ways to get your money. That's all they care about. And this is the important thing to see, is that these companies, they're hypocritical. And, they're going to stand wherever the most amount of money is going to be for them. That's what they do. And it shows how disgusting these companies are. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the news videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.